Guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. We are in the midst of Follow a Sketch February, which is in the midst of 100 sketchy videos. And today I am going to be using this sketch. So it calls for one photo, a couple little bit of layers, some mixed media. It is a little bit blurry, so I'm not exactly sure where it came from. But there it is. If you would like to play along, make sure you join the Scrapping Reflections Facebook group. That's where all the sketches are posted for the entire month. They are all posted there. Well, let's see what I can do. All right, guys, so I am going to start out with a little bit of packaging technique. Now, I have not gessoed my paper whatsoever. I'm just using some Close to My Heart White Daisy cardstock because I definitely want my color to soak into the page. I want to have the colors kind of lay on top of each other without blending too much together. They are watercolors, so they are going to kind of combine into other colors a little bit. But I don't want it to like have a big old mess of making the colors mixed together. Okay, I couldn't get my thought out there. So now I'm just doing some turquoise. The first one I did was pink, now I'm doing turquoise, and then I will use a sparkle yellow next. So I'm just pressing this down and kind of getting the mixed media on the page. Now, my intention, because if you saw from my products that I had pulled out, my intention was to do this mixed media and then stencil over top of it with some glitter glaze. And I literally realized I did not stencil over top with the glitter glaze at the very end when I was finished with the layout. So my plan did not happen. This is the sparkle yellow. It is more translucent than the other ones, even though the other aqua pigments are pretty translucent. This one is even more so. I guess you could really call this the Ziploc technique because I'm not even really using packaging. The problem, you guys, with using the packaging technique is when you don't really keep a lot of packaging in your stash to begin with, you gotta go look for something else to use. Now, you could use an acrylic block as well if you are not a huge fan of keeping the packaging like I am. So I'm just going to use my heat gun to go ahead and dry this up. Now, I do not dry it fully. I am still working on the layout when it is damp. There is still wetness to the paper. I just am not that concerned that I need to make sure that my paper is completely and utterly dry. There are some times where I do let it sit until it's completely dry. A lot of times when I'm using glitter glazes, so that kind of thing, or kind of like a texture paste or something, but I'm not really concerned about it. Now, this little scrap of sparkly circle paper came from my December project, and I just had it sitting around, so I thought, you know what? This fish, and I know it's not really a fish, it's a shark, but this fish needs some glitter in its life. Now, this is the Slimline Rainbow Paper Pack from Brutus Monroe as well, and I just went ahead and pulled out the color that was closest to the thickers that I had pulled out. So my original intention was to have mixed media in the background that kind of came from the art sticker that I'm using from Paper House, and I really wasn't paying attention to the art sticker too much because I would have realized that the colors were a little bit more primary and less kind of Easter eggy pastel. So we fixed that. Now, that green library card, no. I did not like it whatsoever. However, I figured that the purple looked good. I like purple and orange together, and then blue, pink, and purple are always a great combination. So I went ahead and did that. Now, I went ahead and kept on going with that whole Easter eggy color scheme, and I'm using this Lawn Fawn wood grain paper. It's weird that I can remember that this is Lawn Fawn, and then some products I can't remember what the heck they are. So I am going to do my thing that I enjoy doing, and that is layering with some white tulle. And I just cut it kind of without, I kind of cut it willy-nilly. I'm not too concerned about the exact shape or size. I just know I want it to be a little bit larger than my photo here. Now, one thing I do like to do is place the photo on some fun foam on top of that tulle layer. I am going to go ahead and layer that up on the library card because I'm not using a tag. The sketch kind of looks more like a tag, but I'm not using the tag. I want to go ahead and use the library card. I line it up over top the silver glittery circles, and I decided that that's the way I liked the way it looked the most. And then this is me referencing the sketch because I kind of forgot what it looked like. Now these are the thickers that I had pulled out originally, and here is that art sticker. It is a 3D sticker. And then I'm looking at this and like, wow, this is a lot of primary colors. So I decide to take off that little bit, and then now I am left with the black and white and silver puffy art word. And I'm going to layer that up here. It does slightly go over the photo, but I'm making sure that I'm not missing the actual shark drawing. And like I said, I know that a shark is not a fish, but I like the title Fishy Art. So that is what it is going to be. Now these are old thickers. They are a vinyl thicker. I don't even think they make vinyl thickers even anymore. But I do have to go ahead and place them down with some Nouveau Deluxe adhesive, and I do that a little bit later. Now this frame also came on that art sticker, and I thought that it looked kind of cool peeking out from behind the library card. And the library card makes sense to me because she completed this drawing while she was at school. Now I was thinking about using some of the things that sit at the top of my work area here. So I just have a little organization thing that has little bits and pieces that I just need to use up. They're really not a whole set of anything anymore. It might be a random shape or, you know, whatever, just the little things. And those little things, I wasn't feeling them. They just weren't making me happy. So I decided to go into my little Sterilite box of fun over here. And then I was so excited because I actually had a fish flare. And then I realized that it was rusting. It was rusting through. So I had two of those, and see, I'm holding my forehead. I had two of those that had rusted through, so I went ahead and trashed them. Now, I don't remember what company or brand that flare rusted from. I'm just not sure. I do know that my old 2Ps flare rusted, and I threw that away. It's weird because some of the flare doesn't rust whatsoever, and some of it does. When I find that it does rust, I just ditch it. It's just not worth it to keep it. And it's less more about like protecting and making sure that, you know, rust doesn't get on the scrapbooks, but it's more that it looks gross, and I don't want it to look gross. And I know that that might seem weird, but that's just my thought process. So I just keep going through this box of fun, and I'm trying to find colors that will coordinate. And I'm looking at how I have the star, and that is not how I put the star when I glued it back down. I couldn't remember which direction I placed it. Does that happen to you guys? Like, you have a layout, you kind of are gluing as you go, but you don't glue everything, and then you're like, how was that again? I know that you can take a picture of it and reference it, but I really didn't think I was going to have to reference a picture, and sure enough, I should have. Now, while I am talking to you guys, I'm going to go ahead and put some washi tape on the back of my layout where those brad tines are poking through, just because I don't want the brad tines poking through the back of my page. I don't want that brad to rip or poke into the layout that will be on the back side of it in the page protector. That's just something I have done, and I just think it needs to be that way. So see, I'm struggling to figure out where I had the star. So we go ahead and plop that bad boy down. This little flare says Run Wild, and it's a very, very similar color to the purple library card, so I decided to go ahead and bring that over. Now this is where I'm going to glue down the word fishy, and I'm not going to glue down the top of the eye. Most of the time when I'm printing, I don't dot my eyes, so I kind of feel like maybe my big words shouldn't have dotted eyes either, just because I feel like it's more me. I don't know, that might be something like kind of crazy that you try to put yourself in your scrapbooks for, but that's just, you know, that's how I write, so that's how I see things. Now I am trying to figure out what I can put down here because I feel like it needs a little bit something more. I do know that I'm going to put a couple lines of journaling down here, but I'm not exactly sure what else I'm going to do. So I grabbed these LA Studio enamel dots, and I grab the purple ones. They are a lighter tone purple than what I've got on there, but it brings out that Easter eggy pastel color that we've got going on. So I'm just going to place those around. I decided to put more enamel dots on this layout than I probably normally would, but I thought that the ones over by Fishy kind of looked like bubbles. So anyway, they look like bubbles to me. If they don't look like bubbles to you, I don't know what to tell you, but they do to me. So I'm just going to write a couple things of journaling, nothing epic or anything like that. This is Chloe's beautiful shark art that she created for her final product. It's gorgeous, and she was so proud of it. And like, I could not believe that she drew this. Like, it's amazing. Girl is talented, wicked talented. So that is going to do it, guys. Please make sure you join the Scrapping Reflections Facebook group. And then if you're playing along, please tag me so that I can see, because I am getting so inspired by everyone that is participating with the sketches this month. It is only, February 3rd, and it is already a super fun month. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again real soon for another video.